what are you going to do about the wasp?
Smash the window, jump out the window, get out of there.
So just full flight, no matter what. You're fucking out of there.
100%.
Welcome to We're All Just Fagant. This is episode 20. Today we're talking about overcoming fear, phobias, and working through high anxiety situations. With us today we have Dana, Steph, and myself, Blaze. Are you guys jealous of Braylon being at TwitchCon? Because I know I am having massive FOMO.
Yeah,
No.
all the pictures.
I deliberately decided not to go after booking hotel, and I'm kind of upset about it, but I have MJ BizCon in a month, and it just didn't make sense to do both. So seeing everything is amazing. It's amazing. I'm gonna live vicariously through her. You know, honestly, I'm kind of glad I didn't go, because seeing how many people Mama Tamago and Braylon are like meeting, I'm like, I don't fucking know anybody on Twitch. There's like 5 people that I think I'd want to see, and 4 of them didn't go. So, oh well. I need to network more.
I saw so many people that I want to meet on Twitter at TwitchCon, and I'm like, oh, I really wanted
Did
to
T.O. end up
go.
going?
No, she just got back from a trip to Disney, so.
Okay. Oh yeah, I remember seeing her Disney photos.
Yeah.
So yeah, Egg went. I wanted to meet Egg.
Same.
I'm trying to think who else I saw. There wasn't an overwhelming amount of people. Like Zach didn't go. Zach Bussy. I always question if I say his name right.
He didn't go.
Evan Blair Art didn't go. McQueeb didn't go. Manic didn't go. And we live in the same state, so it's okay. Next year, I'll plan for next year.
I'm definitely going next year.
I wonder where it's going to be next year.
Probably
Don't
San
they do
Diego.
Yeah, they do it in San Diego every year, don't they?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I just think the Europe one
it
changes.
feels like it. Yeah. The Europe one does change, but ours typically is in San Diego.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean it's probably the best convention center to do it in, but even if it's not TwitchCon, let's just, Dana, if you're willing to make that trip, I mean, we don't have to do TwitchCon. There are way cooler things in the United States we can all go travel and do. Guys, we can just go get a fucking cabin up in the middle of beautiful nowhere and just have individual hot tubs.
There's a
that
bunch
are facing mountains.
I love
there's a bunch of really amazing ones in North Carolina, actually, but we wouldn't have to do NC. But there's so many.
There's way cooler things that we could do than TwitchCon if you're willing to make that trek out.
We'd make it worth it.
It would. Are you kidding me? This would be, yes. Could you
Maybe
imagine,
this episode will help you work through your fear of flying.
I mean,
honestly, I understand though. It's not even that I have a fear of flying. I do have a fear of heights, but fuck flying. Fuck flying. And I can't even imagine how bad it's going to be in 10 years. Ugh, it's already terrible. They're just going to make it worse.
I do hope they make boat travel more kind of mainstream. 7 days to get to America just seems a bit much.
You need
it
a
depends on the
faster
experience. We were talking about that for Hawaii, because my husband really wants to do this extravagant, we didn't really honeymoon, so he really wants to take me to Hawaii, and I'm like, I'm down. I don't like planes though. And I was like, is there a boat? Can we take a boat? He's like, you don't want to take a boat. It's a 9-day boat ride to go to Hawaii, and I live basically on the West Coast.
Yeah, 9-day boat trip doesn't sound fun.
But there's nothing to see too, on the way, right? And I was reading about it, and I'm pretty sure, please don't make me sound like an idiot, stuff. It's the Pacific Ocean? Whatever. The fucking ocean over there. It's not fun to cross. Apparently. I wouldn't know.
Or trains. I mean, I'd be here for trains. We have the Eurotunnel, for getting the train to France and stuff. Like, why not we just make that like a massive one for America?
Um, I think there's a lot of reasons.
No, just our own personal one so that I can come see you
the
guys
I think
whenever I want.
the main reason might be all the water. There's too much water.
Yeah, but
I think.
like they did the one for the like English channel, so like it can be
That
done.
is a lot shorter of a distance, I feel like. I could be totally wrong, but
Nah, people just
What
need to commit to it. Come on, guys. If we start now, like, come on.
what about flying scares you, Dana? Or is it more of an anxiety than a fear? Like I feel like they go hand in hand, but I don't know. I don't think I'm like scared of anything, but I have anxiety about a lot of things.
Yeah, it's interesting, like, because I've never flown before, so like people like, how can you be scared of flying if you've never flown? Which like I get, but like, I think the unknown of it, and like also the fact that like once you're up in the air, you're up in the air. And I think
Yep.
as well, it doesn't help that like when I was young, growing up, obviously there's been a lot of like planes falling, going wrong, a lot of that in the media, and it gets depicted a lot, so that's probably not helped.
this is my thing. Which I totally get the fear of that, but you're more likely to be in a car accident than you are for your plane to, go down.
Yeah, but like I've
So,
always been in cars,
yeah.
so like it's not unknown to me.
Yeah. I
Perhaps if
definitely
I'd
get the
grown up,
fear of the unknown.
I think perhaps if I'd grown up going on planes on holiday and stuff, like I wouldn't be scared of it because like I'd already have done that. Like,
Yeah, and I mean that is my anxiety exactly, is that once you're up, you're up. It's like when you're
Mhm.
on a roller coaster that you don't want to be on and you can't get off because the roller coaster is going. For me, it's I don't get claustrophobic necessarily, but it does feel very panicky. So I get sick, and being ill 30,000 feet in the air is not an experience I wish on anyone. It is so uncomfortable, and no one on a plane like that I have been on has been like kind about it, because they're also trapped on a fucking airplane with your fucking throwing up ass, and it's like, I'm sorry, I'm horrible and I feel terrible. There's literally nothing you can do. Like you just have to be sick next to a total stranger who is absolutely mortified that you are getting sick next to them.
How old
It's
were
great.
you the first time you ever went on a plane?
Like 6, 7.
Okay, so you were young.
I mean, it was supposed to be fun and it used to be more fun, but it's like the older I get, the worse it is. Plus, like the seats are
Mhm.
smaller now, there's less leg room, you're more cramped. It's a very unpleasurable experience. It depends on your pilot if you have like smooth landings. I get motion sickness. I just have a laundry list of reasons why flying is not for Steph. We're gonna drive to Vegas. We're not taking a plane.
I don't have any problems with planes. Like I don't know how old I was the first time I went on a plane, but my biggest thing is I get really anxious leading up to it, but once
Yeah.
I'm past TSA and stuff like that, it's smooth sailing for me. I'm chill, no anxiety, just just vibing.
Why do you have anxiety getting up to the point? Like, it's everyone's harmless. You're not traveling like, drug cartel, right?
Because
Right?
I I don't know. This is something that I didn't feel until I was older, I guess, but I have anxiety like just lines being on time makes me nervous because like I don't want to be late even though I always leave super early too. So like I'm not going to be late. I'm not going to miss my flight, but the thought of possibly missing it stresses me out.
Yeah, and uh having to be at the airport like 5 hours before your flight, just
Yeah,
insane.
exactly.
do you think that maybe because now you're older, all that responsibility is on you, whereas when you were younger, like your parents would like be worrying about those things and you just be like turn up on the like with them?
I definitely do think it's because like all of it's on me, but also I I think the first time I traveled alone on a plane was when I was 13-ish, or I was pretty young because my parents flew me back from, I think, Chicago or something like that by myself. So I was like kind of thrown into it pretty young, and you would think that that would make it easier for me. I just think, like, as an adult, I'm so much more anxious than I ever was before.
You know, I remember flying alone on a plane to go visit my grandmother, and it was a rather enjoyable experience. It was an adventure. It's how they treat you. That's what it is. Now we're peasants schlepping to our next destination. When
See,
you're a kid, everything's special. Oh, come on, honey. We got a special seat for you right here. Would you like some cookies? Would you like a little airline pin? Fuck yeah, I want a little airline pin. I love that shit. No one's special anymore. Damn it. I pay enough. I want to be special.
True.
Fucking airlines are expensive.
They are, and they
You charge me for bags. You know I need bags. What am I just gonna go with this? It's a scam.
I will say the bags that I have now technically do fit as a carry-on, so that does save money.
Nice.
But it's
Oh my
super
God.
annoying how they like nickel and dime you for every single thing.
Everything. We're not gonna get into how bad airlines are. I feel like that is, or like specific airlines. I feel like that's a separate story. Very quick story, derail, and then we will get right back on topic for phobias, fears, and anxieties. We were flying to Arizona. We had to bring the cat this time. So my husband moved out here. He flew back, and he flew back with me so we could take both animals at the same time. I think that's how that happened. We get to the airline and they're like, "Do you have all of the paperwork showing that you have rabies vaccinations for your cat?" And I'm like, "You never once told me in the 6 months that I have been setting this up that I need to provide paperwork for rabies vaccinations for a cat." What? So I'm like in tears nearly, and then something just kind of like clicked in the back of my little cat mom brain, and I'm like, wait a minute. Rabies tag is in the box with her nail clippers, and there's a piece of paper in there. Maybe that's the piece of paper. That was the piece of paper. That was the one thing that kept me from not missing my flight, literally moving to a new state with my cat. I had no place to live. I had no place to stay. I had no car. Like, that was it. It was getting on that plane and moving to another state.
Oh my
That-
god. I cannot imagine that stress level.
That was an experience.
Oh my
Like,
God.
the way my husband looked at me when I pulled that paper out, if it were legal, I would have gotten done right there.
Oh my gosh.
I was the hero. Yes. Okay. Anyway, phobias, fears. Feel free to just cut that out. So I know there's like a massive difference between like being afraid of something and having a phobia. And I don't really have a lot to contribute on that topic. I don't think I have a phobia. Like, I don't like spiders. It's gotten a lot better over the years. Like, I'm still never gonna fucking touch one of those goddamn things. But like, I can look at a video of a spider on my phone and not like ugh. That took a while. That took a while to get to that point. You guys have phobias?
Too many, honestly. Too many. Wasps. Absolutely terrified of them. If one comes into a room, I cannot be in that room until it's taken out of that room.
That's pretty reasonable though. I feel like I'm the same way. I never actually thought that I had like, I never actually would have said like, oh, Steph is afraid of wasps. No, I'm definitely afraid of wasps. Fuck
Oh
those
yeah, I'm
things.
afraid of wasps.
I leave. I get the
Mhm.
fuck out. Here, this is your area now. I am so sorry to have intruded. Excuse me, I will see myself out. I did not know you had the room reserved.
Yeah, it's
Oh
why I
my
never open the
gosh.
windows in my room, because if a wasp comes into my room, it's not my room anymore. It's the wasp's room. Enjoy streaming. I've got it all set up for you. Just carry on.
no.
Wasp.
At my
Mike's on.
apartment, I was taking Mira out one day. This is about wasp, and it's a short story. But I was walking out one day, and I noticed that there started to be like a wasp looking nest on the wall outside
Oh.
of my apartment, and I was like, "Oh no." Because I could see the wasp, like I could see it like building the nest or whatever you call it. And I ended up putting a maintenance request. And I was like, hello, there is a wasp building. Come on. I don't think they ever did anything about it. And I saw it multiple times. And I just kind of stayed to the other side. But I
We had
had to
one
pass
in our
it.
back garden. We had one in our back garden, and we had students at the time, so we had to have like signs on our French doors to say, "Do not open this door. There is a wasp nest outside." Like, it's horrible. And then, like, a couple of summers ago, a wasp came through the chimney, and my cat Tyler ate it and was sick, and I was like, no.
No.
No,
Oh,
don't
So
eat
good.
that. No. So yeah, definitely wasps. I don't really like moths either.
I don't
I'm
like
okay,
moths.
and then they like fly near you, and I'm like, oh, get the fuck away from me! Get away!
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
Anything
Yes.
that flies, I am more than likely afraid of.
Yeah, I mean bees I'm okay with.
I don't like bees. I mean,
Yeah,
which
fuck
is
bees.
very ironic considering my username. But I don't really like bees. I respect them, but I don't really like them.
Yeah, like I don't want them in my space, but like if I saw one
Yeah.
outside, I'd be like, okay, just carry on. I'll just
Yeah,
be here.
exactly.
If I see a wasp out when I'm outside, I'm like, oh fuck, I've got to get out of here now. Like I've got to fucking go because he might
Yeah.
come
No.
over to me, and then
See,
I'm cannot be here.
the bees are important. The wasp, they can F off.
They're just like angry little like evil things
Yes,
with
they are.
pointy, sharp killing things. I mean, probably not
Yep.
killing, but they could, I
I
suppose,
think
if they had determination.
I one day looked up like what the purpose of wasp was, and there's like no purpose.
Nothing.
Nothing. There's
Like
nothing
literally
good about them.
Legit. That's legit. I I don't know if I've ever been stung. Yeah, like
I
bugs.
haven't.
So I gotta ask, like, is it the fear of getting stung? Is it that they're scary looking?
Um, for me, it's definitely I guess getting stung. Like I've never been stung before, but I don't like also don't really want to be stung either. Like it's not, on my to-do list for my life. It's not on my bucket list to be stung by a wasp in my life. And also, how many times is it gonna sting you? Like a bee, if it stings you, it's done, like after one time, but a wasp, unlimited times that it can sting you. How many times do you want to sting me? Oh, just when I get tired, I guess I'll stop. Like my friend had a wasp come up, those floaty sleeves. One came up her sleeve, stung her a whole bunch of times because it couldn't get
Oh
out.
my
Oh, no, thank you. Yeah,
I
I don't want to be stung.
I've been stung by a yellow jacket while I was playing soccer, but I haven't ever been stung by a bee or a wasp.
Yeah, stinging nettles are bad enough. Let alone an actual thing that's gonna fly at me and sting me.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I just fuck bugs. I'm good with bugs.
And moths can't even like sting me. I just don't like them. Like I just don't like things flying in my face, I guess.
They're just like
So
furry and weird looking. Sorry, quick rant.
yeah. Well, I mean, so like if you can't leave the situation, what do you do to temper your anxiety if you're faced with one of these fears?
If it's a wasp, I leave the room. If it's a moth, I get my cat to come in the room and eat it.
So what if you can't leave and there's a wasp in the room? How would you deal with that process of emotion?
Oh no, I leave either way. Like one time I was having a barbecue with my family, a wasp came near us, just left my plate, just ran into the house, and I was like, I'm just gonna be here now. Sorry guys. Not gonna not gonna be with you guys anymore. There's never been a moment where I've never left the area and said someone needs to deal with this because I can't.
Okay,
So
let's
someone puts you
pretend.
in a room with one window that has a tiny hole in it that doesn't open otherwise, that only a wasp can fit into, and there are no doors and there are no other ways out of this room. It's a very soft room, so you're not going to hurt yourself if you like run. What are you going to do about the wasp?
Smash the window, jump out the window, get out of there.
So just full flight. Full flight, no matter what. You're fucking out of there.
100%.
If I was in that same situation, I would probably just pretend like it doesn't exist. I would try. But more than likely, my mind would be completely on it and I would not be able to get out of my head.
Did I tell you guys I once got a detention because in year 3 a wasp came into the classroom and I hid under the table because there was a wasp in the room. It came near me. I was like, no, fucking no. I am under this fucking table.
Yeah, okay.
And I got
would
sent out the
definitely
class.
say your fear of wasps is definitely phobia.
Yeah.
It sounds like, and not just a normal fear. You know?
I mean, but at least I'm like dealing with it in a healthy way, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. That is what's happening.
Yeah.
So, smaller fears, how do you overcome them?
I breathe. It's breathing. Breathing is key. Sometimes, most of the time, all the time. It's actually all the time, guys. Every fucking single time I have this anxiety, it's like, it's fine. It's literally for nothing. It's all built up in my own head, right? And there's no reason for it. So like normally it's because I'm very self-conscious about like what other people are going to think, and then I'm like, "Oh my god, they're watching me," and then I just crumble and it's terrible. But like you have to normalize it. That like I feel like exposure therapy done correctly is really the best way to get through things that give you anxiety. Now, I'm not saying go stick your fucking hand in a thing of spiders, but I'm saying if maybe you worked with spiders a little bit more, Steph, you wouldn't be so afraid of them. I really fucking hate the way they move. Like it tweaks me, gives me the ick. I'm good. So we're good on that. But like public speaking or giving a presentation at work or going to a party or going to industry events or just like getting outside of your comfort zone. That's good. That means you're growing. Get comfy with that uncomfort.
I find it so funny because when I was younger, I used to be this like super outgoing person that didn't care about anything like talent shows. I like wanted to be in them. I wanted to be like get all this attention. And then I got to like high school and I'm like, oh, forget this. I don't want anything to do with any of this. People don't look at me.
See, I've always been like this, but like recently in the last kind of like 3-ish years, I've been coming out of my shell more. I used to be like terrified of answering the phone. I think because my mom was always like, don't answer the phone if you're home alone. Don't answer the phone. Don't answer the door. Don't talk to people. So if the doorbell goes, I'm better now because most of the time if the doorbell goes, it's either the post, something I want, or it's a takeaway. So I'm quite happy to open the door. Or I just say, my mum's not home because I look like a child even though I'm 24. So, you know, I can just get around everything. But the phone call was like a really weird fit thing for me because like no one really phones you anymore. Like it's not a thing. Like text me, WhatsApp me, message me on Discord. Like who's gonna call me? But like at work I have to call people all the time, so I think like the exposure of like just having to do it and being like, well, I don't have a choice, so I kind of have to call this person, helped me kind of get over my phobia of, well, not phobia, but like fear of like answering the phone, dealing with phone calls and stuff. So now if I get like a random phone call from somebody, like I had one the other day from the doctors, I answered the phone and it was fine. Everything was fine. So
Take your power back. I used to have the same anxiety with like answering the phone, and it's like, what's the worst thing that could possibly happen? You deliberately hang up on them and say the call got disconnected. How would they know?
Exactly. They will know.
You have all the power. Just gaslight the fuck out of them like you're fine. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. You hung up on me.
I don't have a fear of picking up the phone, but I do have a fear of calling for like doctor's appointments and stuff like that. And
Why?
usually I don't know. Like
Play
I
a role.
truly don't know.
Play your mom making it a fucking appointment for you. You know what I mean? Play your like, yeah. It's yeah.
I had to make an appointment the other day and um sorry, lost my train of thought. I had to make a dentist appointment the other day and I literally just had to force myself to call.
Finding an alternative sometimes works too, but it doesn't get you comfy with the thing that's making you uncomfy. So, I mean, email, chat, make your husband do it.
I was so mad. I've tried emailing them multiple times to set an appointment and they never got back to me every
Yeah, because
single
what kind of
time.
fucking
So
weirdo
that
makes an
time,
appointment via email?
no, it was an option. It was actually an option and they never got back. So I was like, well, it looks like I'm gonna have to call.
Oh my god.
It's okay.
But to be
It's okay if
fair,
it's scuff though, Just do a
Uh,
scuff phone call.
if they've got the option though, like for instance, when I wanted my ADHD like assessment stuff like sorted, like I just went through their like online form thing and did it that way to my doctors, and I was like, bet. Now they can get to it whenever. I'm not sat on the phone for hours. It does make life a bit easier when like you're busy at work or something, like being able to just email or like message whenever you can. Like phone calls, I feel like are slowly or should slowly be like becoming extinct, really.
There is a time and a place for a phone call. Like, if it's too much to put into a text message and it's not appropriate for an email, like it's too casual for an email, that's when I pick up the phone. But like it's very rarely in like my actual real life outside of work that I want to make phone calls to people unless I'm driving. I do a lot of phone calls when I'm driving and I'll just like call a random person be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" They're like, "Nothing." Like, "Oh, I'm just driving. I was gonna text you, but I'm driving, so I figured I'd just call you." And then sometimes they talk to me, and sometimes they're like, "Don't fucking call me." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll talk to you later."
I don't have that function in my car, so
I just do it on my phone. Just put the phone on speaker.
oh, I can't hear very like because you've got like the noise of the car, like it's hard.
I think it's just my phone. It's got the speakers on the front. I kind of like it. But no,
Oh,
I do it through my car, but like sometimes it doesn't work. So hands free is for sure the way to
people
go.
can't hear me. Like I had to answer a call once. Like my phone was on the aux call because I was listening to music, so I just slid like answer, and like I could hear my manager really easily, but he could not hear me whatsoever.
Probably because the aux was plugged in, right?
Maybe. Yeah, I have like no idea. I was just like,
Yeah.
I'll unlock the door.
I feel like there's a special cable for that.
Has anyone actually gotten over a phobia before?
I mean, I'm a marketing director and I don't like to socialize, so that's something, I guess. I just like the thing that kind of just clicks in my brain is just like if they can do it, why can't I? Like, and most everyone that you encounter in the workplace is faking their job. So it's how on earth would they possibly know? How would they know? I how would they know? I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't always work. Like I get anxiety going to industry parties. I drug my husband to one the other weekend and we're just like both like, why do I have anxiety right now? It's like, what's the worst thing that's gonna happen at this party? So I will say, with having a legitimate anxiety disorder, I do not like to stand. And that is my biggest trigger for having a panic attack and just like straight up passing out on the spot. I need to have a chair everywhere. I need to know that there is a chair that if I need to sit down, I can sit down. If I don't have a chair, I panic even more. And I haven't really found a remedy for that because, like, the problem is I need to sit. Sometimes I just sit on the floor. Sometimes I'm just fucking weird and I just sit on the ground, but it's less embarrassing sitting on the ground scrolling your phone acting like you're just a little bit too baked or just like not really interested in the conversation than just straight passing out. That's it.
yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
what about an emotional support chair that you just take with you everywhere you go?
Some venues don't let you have them. So I have tried to bring like one of those folding backpack chairs and like
Oh
concerts
yeah,
and stuff. A lot of them don't let you bring them in.
that's sucky.
It is. So my husband, the amazing fucking man that he is, I don't remember who we went to go see, but he specifically found a spot. It was a water heater, like a radiator, and he's like, you can sit on this if you need to, and if this is too uncomfortable for you, we'll go find somewhere else, or he will always buy tickets at concerts with seats. Like he knows.
Oh,
He knows this is how I am. Like lines, I fucking hate lines. It is so much standing and waiting, and then I feel panicked, and then you can't sit down because you have to keep the line moving, and then you have like 40 people looking at you. It's awful. My whole goal in life is to just not pass out as much as possible.
it's a nice goal.
It's happened too many times for comfort. It's happened at work. So I was waiting on a patron and I had a stool at the time, but the stool was not helping. Like I was actively passing out. And all I could think in my head is like, I just need to get someone to come and take care of this customer. And then I can like go work reception or something for 20 minutes and like collect myself. So I was like, I don't remember what exactly I said to the guy. It must have just looked like me just walking away. I'm sure that's what that experience was. And then he saw me walk out from behind the counter. I got all the way to the door to swipe my card to get out into the lobby area, and I passed out. And I woke up with my general manager over me. He's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Get me off of the sales floor now. Now. Right now. Off the sales floor. Get me off. Let's
Oh
go.
my
Just
gosh.
scan the card." Sat at my desk. No, anxiety attacks suck. Uh I'm sure medication would fix that, but I'm not really into pharmaceuticals. It's not really my thing.
No, I totally get that.
It's fair.
I also am very much like that.
I prefer
I'm
like more natural ways for sure.
Hmm.
I feel like a lot of it is like self-work, right? So
Mm.
if I exercised and I ate properly and I built up like leg strength, it wouldn't be such a burden to stand for longer periods of time. But I don't actually know that because I'm a potato. Um, so we're gonna try. That's the goal, I guess. Other than that, just try to make sure that you have like your creature comforts where you can. And I no longer really feel embarrassed just being like, I need to sit down. And then I sit down and then I'm fine. And I mean, my husband knows. Like we were walking around the fish store yesterday and I was like, I need to sit down. He's like, you need to sit, we need to go. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, never be embarrassed to get the things that you need because like that's not what exposure therapy is, right? That's just feeding. Thank you. I'm gonna marry that guy. He just brought me a smoothie. And he took the fucking sticker off the top because I couldn't I'm yeah, not the brightest.
I hate when they put stickers on the top. Oh my gosh.
If you're gonna put a fucking sticker on, can you not make it like clear? Can you? Because
Hmm.
it just looked like the top of the cup was patterned, and I thought y'all just had some marketing dollars. That's it.
Oh my
That's
god.
so funny.
I had a really big phobia of dogs when I was younger. My mum took me to her friend's house and I had food in my pocket and the dog just went for me and attacked me. Um, and it's an unfortunate situation. Like the dog was being abused, so like I have no ill feelings towards that dog at all. Like there's no bad dogs, there's bad owners, and that's what I 100% truly believe, and always have believed. But unfortunately, to a young child who gets attacked, dogs are kind of scary.
Yep.
um and so like for ages I was just like terrified of dogs apart from my auntie's dog because like I her dog was like the same age as me, so like we'd always like I'd grown up with her dog. But like in general, like I was terrified of dogs. And my one of my mom's friends when I was probably like 11 maybe, had this gorgeous German shepherd, like so lovely. and was so gentle, so good with kids and everything. She trained her so that like if one of the kids was like annoying it or like went near its food or whatever, like it did not snap, it did not bark, it did not do anything. She also told her kids off if they ever did anything like that, but it was just kind of like a just in case to make sure the dog never went for the kids, and the dog never did. It was perfect. And like slowly she introduced me to the dog. Like when I first came over, the dog was in the kitchen, and then slowly like she brought the dog out to me. The dog never jumped at me, never came over like when like without me seeing, like like didn't creep up on me while I was looking away or anything. And like very slowly, like learning this dog was gentle and stuff. Like I got over my fear of dogs through that dog, for sure. And that kind of exposure to the dog being like calm and gentle and like not jumping up at me, not barking at me, not like scaring me was
What
really
a good dog
helpful,
can be.
for sure.
My parents and I went through a very similar situation with my cousins. My cousins were like absolutely terrified of dogs, and my parents they trained the dog that they have currently. They trained it very young to be like very chill around small kids and stuff like that, because like he's a really really big dog, so they had to make sure at a very young age that he did not jump or do anything like that, because he's like 110 pounds, he's a big boy. So they really made sure that he was super gentle and stuff like that. And it took a while, but my cousins, like last time I went home and they were there, they were so good with him. They were like playing with him and stuff like that, which was like totally different because the first time they were ever around him, they were like screaming, they were terrified of him. Like if he even looked at them, they were bothered by it, even though he wasn't doing anything wrong. So
See, people like your parents and the woman with the other dog, I love people like that. Just being able to take some time to like someone's terrified, but they're gonna come anyway, just to take that time and be like, hey, this isn't scary, like this
yeah.
dog's really nice and look how lovely and soft and fluffy they are. Honestly, I am so thankful because dogs are so cute and I just want to give them all the cuddles as long as their owners are okay with it. And yeah, okay, sometimes I flinch a little bit when a dog barks because I'm not expecting it, but like I'm not terrified. I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, okay.
Oh, I get mad. When Izzo has those fucking shrieking, shrill barks that are just like, it's a frustration bark, but like, one, it hurts, and two, they scare the shit out of me. I can't, like, I'm sorry. It's just like, it is a reaction. I'm just like, shut the fuck up. I get so mad. I get so upset at that little dog. Shut up.
I think
It's hard
especially
because
with little dogs, it's more
yeah.
annoying.
Plus, some of them can be
Honest,
like evil because like a lot of like smaller dogs are kind of bred for ratting and stuff. So like they will go for small things like, and some owners don't know how to like control their dogs properly. Like we have it a lot in the UK here.
It
sometimes
bothers me
it's
to no
breed.
end, because like all the small dogs, I'm not a small dog person, I'm just gonna say that, but
Apart from
it
Izzo, apart
bothers
from
me.
Izzo.
Yes, okay, I love Izzo, but most, see, look at that face, that face
So
is
cute, so
adorable,
cute,
but
so cute.
most small dogs like piss me off to no end, because one, their owners, I found that people with small dogs tend to not train their dogs, and so they're
Yep.
little assholes.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's hard. So Izzo, oh, Izzo. Um, that little dog has way too much fucking energy. But I do try to train him like a big dog. Like even though he's small, like it's like a 14-pound dog. I don't want him jumping on me. I don't want him jumping on my husband. I don't want him vaulting himself off the couch. I don't want him barking at people. So the only thing we haven't really been able to make any headway on with Izzo's training, and it is completely and entirely our fault, as we are dog owners. We have the thumbs and pay the bills. Small children. He does not understand them, and we are not around enough of them to actually condition him that small children are okay. He does not like kids. It is not like a bark, it is like a warning. Like, get the fuck away from me when a small children approaches. He just doesn't get it. It's just like small, but it's human, but it's small. I don't know exactly what it is that tweaks him about kids. He fucking hates kids, but like honestly, same. So
It sounds like Izzo has a fear or maybe a phobia of small people.
I don't know anyone with like kids that are like old enough to interact with the dog where if he did like some nibblins it wouldn't be a big deal, but everyone I know has like babies, and I'm not trying to
Oh,
traumatize
yeah.
someone's kid with a 13-pound rat. It's a cat that I allow to shit outside. Izzo is not a dog. Dude, he steals all of Butter's toys. Butters cannot have any toys because he takes all of them. He likes catnip more than she does, I feel like. It's really annoying. I bought her little beavers that are perfectly sized for her, and he like walks around with it like it's his baby.
Are you
She had
sure
nothing.
he's not a cat?
I'm not. I've raised him as a cat. He was raised by a cat. Like, I don't think in his head he knows that he's a dog, to be entirely honest with you. Because no one's ever.
It is hard though. It's like with like small children and stuff, like with our cats, we used to babysit our friends' kids. And Tyler, like Cassie's really good with kids, loves them, doesn't scratch them. My nephew like fell on her once. She was just like chilling until he got off her, and she was like fine. But Tyler does not like them, and he will warn them like to get away and stuff. But like kids aren't always like, you know, they push boundaries, like they do it with everybody, that especially their parents, I'm sure. And obviously like, yeah, Tyler scratched them, and we were like, I'm so sorry to to his mom. We were like, I'm so sorry, like, and she was like, did he get in their face? I was like, yeah. Did the cat warn them? I was like, yeah. Then he's gonna learn, isn't he? And I was like, yeah, I guess. It's like, fuck.
I did the same thing with Izzo, and I was like, no, don't stop him. Let him learn. Let him learn the hard way that you see now. Butters, it doesn't matter if she hisses or if she bites him or if she scratches him. He's got some, he's had some scabs over the years that they've been together. He doesn't give a shit. He like, they're speaking two completely different languages and neither one of them is getting through to the other one, and it's just like, he's like, I just want to play. And she's like, I just want you to get the fuck away from me. And he's like, nah, you should play with me. And then she'll chase him. And he's like, oh, great, we're playing. And she's like, no, I'm going to kill you. And then she doesn't. Every day.
Oh. Oh. I will say though, there's people with smaller dogs where they like don't like the nipping. Like I'll have like people's dogs will like jump up at me, and I'm like, I'm fine with that, like I'm used to that now. But like they'll jump up at me and then they'll nip me, and I'm like, why are you like, I know they're not a big dog and it's not like hurting me, but I'm like, why are you letting this happen? Like,
I will say Mira is a little bit mouthy. She won't like nip you, but she will kind of like mouth your hand, kind of. And I hate it. I hate that. She doesn't do it to kids. She only really does it to like adults. So I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things that I've always wanted to stop, but also she's not really put in that situation very often. So
it's
it's
hard.
kind of hard to train it out for her.
Yeah. I mean, you could encourage it and then try to like avoid it, right? Like mark for the behavior so that she does the mouthing and then she knows when it's like not okay, like it's something that you need to ask of her. I feel like mouthing is a husky thing.
She only really does it like when someone first comes in. And it's kind of like a hi type thing.
Oh, okay. See, I straight taught Izzo how to bite pants. So if you walk just a little bit too fast, he will bite your pants. He will pull a little bit at the bottom of your pants because he's like, you're moving a little bit too quickly. I'm gonna stop you. And I am a terrible person, but because it's just my husband and I in this house all the time, I sick my dog on my husband and I say, bite his pants. Bite his pants. And he will. He'll go
That is
over and he'll
so
pull
funny.
his pants a little bit. I taught him how to attack, and he'll just bark at Brona like incessantly. And Brona's like, "You're the worst. You're literally the worst dog pod ever." I'll go, Izzo,
Aw.
attack, and then he'll go and he'll just like bark at Mike. It's great.
That's
We've
so funny.
yeah, we've ruined our dog. I'm sorry for anyone that has to deal with it.
See, I'm
Oh.
glad we managed to stop Tyler from biting people's feet because that wasn't too much.
Yeah.
That was. I'm
That's-
like,
that
can
sounds
you
painful.
like fucking get
That does
away
sound
from me
painful.
right now? Ugh, it was not the vibe.
Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say now. This kind of goes back to like something you were saying earlier, but like one of my neighbor's dogs is a small dog, and I swear it always acts like it's gonna like nip you and bite you and stuff like that. It drives me insane. I'm like, dude, get control of your dog, please. Like, it's small, it's not gonna hurt, but like, come on.
I mean, if I tell Izzo to stop, though, he does. Like,
See,
I
that's fine.
threaten him all the time. Like, I will fucking kick you. I will kick you. Do not bite my pants. I will straight punch you, and then he doesn't bite my pants. It's great. It's a reaction. I can't help it.
I have 100% said that to a small dog before, so I get it.
It's my own child. You know,
Yeah.
it's I've never actually hurt him. Honestly, he hurt himself a lot worse than I could ever hurt him. When we play with him, like Izzo is not the brightest, I feel. Like he's had a little bit too many bonks on the head. I have seen this dog run right into a wall. He has run right into my shins, like an audible thunk, and both Mike and I are like, "Are you okay?" He's run straight into our table legs. Audible thunk. Are you okay? Yeah. He does parkour off the cat.
Parkour.
Parkour. We accidentally taught him, so like you can push Butters over, and she makes an audible ma. That's why I call her ma, because she doesn't meow. She goes ma. So we push her over, right? We do cat tipping, and Izzo saw us do cat tipping, and now he runs full force at the cat, bounces off of her, and runs in the other direction. This is a daily occurrence in the Brona household. Somebody please help me. Nobody on TikTok cares. I've been posting these videos.
Oh my god. I
need to
don't
make
know
a
where we
separate
go
account
from
just for
here.
I don't think we're talking about fears anymore. Just parkour.
We're talking
then
about
you hear
Butters' fear of parkour right now.
I feel so bad.
Oh my
She-
god.
That cat never hissed before we got that dog, and it is like a multiple day occurrence now. You just hear, and it's like, Izzo, leave the cat alone. And you just see him full butt in her face, like turned around looking at her, like, hit it, bite it, do it, go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Many videos. I need to start dropping these in Discord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow. That's too funny. My eyes are watering.
Same. Oh my god.
Oh, jeez. All right, I'm good. I'm all right. I can breathe. How'd you guys fake it this week?
Oh no. Oh.
Okay, I'm okay.
I'm trying to think. I don't know how I faked it. Did I fake it? Maybe. Probably with work. I swear, I think I'm constantly faking it with work now.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
My goal is to get myself surrounded by more people that are okay with grinding, a little bit. I got to get off of the side of TikTok that's just like quit your job and live in a van because I
Yeah.
can't do this anymore.
I'm getting the
I
quit your 9 to 5 job and do like digital stuff and sell it. That's the type of TikTok side
I
I'm on
would
right
love
now.
to. I That's what I want to do as a side hustle. So if you guys have a little bit of time
Same.
after podcast, I would actually like very much a brainstorm session and to start setting some of that up. We're gonna, yes, future.
We'll
That
send
that
it.
is a phobia. That's a phobia. Being broke. That's a phobia.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't want that anymore. Never. I need multiple streams of income. I need safety net. I need plan B, C, D, E, F, maybe G.
I do find actually the older I get and the worse the world gets, the more scared I am of like the fact that one single income, like from my job, is not enough. Like at all. I got a job offer the other day actually for a part-time like to add on to my job, but I was just like I can't commit to that with streaming, uni work and everything else. Like but digital work maybe? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know
State
how
of the
I
world
feel.
definitely scares me with that one.
I
Like
feel like
money and stuff like that.
I feel like everyone's faking it right now with just
Yeah.
like not going crazy with the state of the world every 5 seconds. Every time I think about the state of the world, I just get overwhelmed. I'm like, oh,
Is that what
God.
being an adult is? Constantly worrying about the state of the world?
No, see,
Because
Maybe.
okay.
I hope
I had
not.
this thought. I had this thought the other day. I'm like, there has to be something better. This cannot is this really like what working a job is like? Is everyone this uncomfortable? Is everyone like this
Yeah.
upset or this anxious about like how they're gonna create more value? Like I'm just trying to unlearn the guilt of not working more than 55 hours a week. I like you know what that feels like to feel guilty for not working more than 55 hours a week? Like fuck that. That's most of my week. Are you kidding
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to be really tough with myself to start taking my lunch breaks because I was like, I'll just like, because I eat at my desk now, because, I don't have time to actually go away from my desk and eat, which is its own fucking problem. So now I'm like, I'll just work while I'm having my lunch. And then sometimes I don't even have a chance to have my lunch. And I was like, this needs to stop. So now I've been taking my Switch with me and I'm playing Animal Crossing while I'm having my lunch.
That's
And if
awesome.
anyone
I literally
interrupts
have an
me,
hour blocked.
I will add time on. Well,
Yeah,
not add,
I
like,
have an hour blocked.
I would just add on the like 5 minutes that I was dealing with somebody.
Good. 100% you should. There no, that's such a I don't know. It's going to take time to change what the world is like and it's going to be a new generation coming in as the C-level executives. We got to get rid of the boomer mentality. It's not healthy. I'd like to see some actual science behind. Like I feel like there's value in a lot of things that corporate America has done, but for the vast majority of it, honestly, I'm kind of just like this is stupid. This is pointless and this is just a lot of hoops to jump through just to kind of make you feel like you're doing your job better and it's not actually contributing anything to the world. Gross.
I
Yep.
do feel like even though Blaze and I are both Gen Z, but I don't feel like we feel like we're Gen Z. I feel like
I feel like the years that we were born is like a weird
it's like a
part of
middle, right?
Gen Z where like we don't fit at all.
Yeah. Because actual Gen Z scare me in a good way. Like
Same.
I can't wait to see what they do, and boomers are not gonna know what's hit them when Gen Z
Yeah.
start going
Good
into
God.
work, and like they're gonna crush it. They're gonna do amazing, and I'm here for it.
It's the requiring the comfort. Now, like I understand and resonate more and more with those entitled women in the office every day. Now I get it. You're in your like mid to late 30s. You've done all of this shit that you needed to do and you're still still sitting in the same fucking position with some dude telling you what to fuck. I get it, ma'am. I get it. I am so sorry that I was young and naive and inexperienced. I get it. We're going to change it.
I really would love to see
Anyway.
it change in like 10 years' time.
Same.
It'll happen. You gotta make the change for yourself. I was Googling, you know, like there's not really like a non-corporate job that I can think of that I would like to do that would pay around the same amount as what I make now. So I need to find ways to embrace and appreciate and reinvigorate my passion for what I do now and surround myself with people that are after the same things so that I can create my own little echo chamber of delusion and be happy working my life away. I just did the math. I literally work half of my free time that I am not sleeping each week. Half. Exactly half goes to work.
That's a lot.
Fuck
That's
that.
a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck that.
You've got 168 hours in a week. 56 of those, if you get a full night's rest, is 8 hours a night. That leaves you 112 hours. Divided in half is 56. And I stop at 55 hours a week. That's it. I refuse to work any more than 55 hours a week right now. Because I can't juggle streaming and maintaining my home and work, and if I want to do like second stream income because that makes me happy, like I can't. That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to just finish work on time. Just like one time, finish at 5 and be like out the door at 5. That would be lovely.
As it should be.
Yeah.
This was a good conversation. Talked a lot about dogs, but it's okay.
I mean, dogs are cool though. Like, I mean,
Dogs are
some of the
great.
dogs we talked about weren't cool, but like some of them were.
I stressed something laughing so hard, so that was great.
We
like,
had
wow.
fun.
I'm a little bit skinnier because of this. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah. Some true workouts.
Oh my gosh. Well, I guess. Thank you guys so much for listening in. We hope you found some value or got a good laugh out of us. Join us on Discord to access resources mentioned in each episode and to find your people. Follow us on social media to tune in to our next live episode, which is...
Sorry, I had to.
Which is October 16th. We will be celebrating our 1 year
Woo!
of doing the podcast. I know. Super
Can
exciting.
you believe that shit? It's been a
I know.
year.
I literally
It's
can't.
wild.
Like, it doesn't feel like a year.
Exactly.
I'm stoked.
And
Fuck.
we have another live this month on October 30th. We will be chatting about paranormal stuff.
Ooh. I want to bring some scare stories.
I can't wait.
I'm so freaking excited for both of them, but also like scary stories.
Yes.
Yes. Have a good week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.